cryptocurrency and the likes. Okay, please, we encourage you to put off your mic for now. Okay, I think I'll better do that from here to avoid distractions. By the end of the section, we'll open up the mics and we'll All right, once again, you're welcome. And like I said, all we're going to do more of tonight is just learn the future of money. And then with that, we'll go back to where the future is actually. And then we decide whether we want to be in that future or not. Okay. Okay. So once again, feel free to invite others in the chat room. Let them join us here. It's important all of us get to be here. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good evening once again, and welcome to this wonderful section. It is going to be an eye-opening session, and it's going to be a wonderful session. My name still remains Mr. Ebuche Usibanito, and I am the coordinator and facilitator for this discussion. I don't know how many of us did all those general studies courses those days in school. I know we did one, and then one of the things they were telling us then was innovations and inventions that were coming up in technology, and they told us that in the nearest future we're going to have paperless economy. And about 7 to 10 years down the line, Nigerian government started talking about paperless economy. And in the next few years, it might not be up to a decade, the paperless economy will become so realistic in Nigeria, in Africa, and perhaps across the globe. So we are going to learn about the future of money, and then we will understand it a little. Now, there is something that I've known for a while, that change is always resisted. Be it good or bad change, change is always resisted. I would like us to cast our minds back towards as far as history can help us remind or remember. You remember those days we talked about trade by barter? So people literally save their money by having a lot of commodities, which they viewed as money, all right? So they could save their money in cattle, in sheep, in mineral resources, in slaves, in food stock, and all of that. That was like commodity money then. Then we moved from commodity money to now having cowries. Remember cowries? So we had cowries to use as money. And then from cowries, we started having coins. And it would be important for us to know that for each of these transitions that money had faced, it always had a resistance. Moving from commodity money to cowries, it had its own resistance. Moving from cowries to coins, it had its own resistance. Moving from coins to paper, it also had its own resistance. Now, for those of us that are here in Nigeria, you'll find that when we moved from I didn't really know about 15 naira. I didn't know when they started using 15 naira, but I remembered when they started using 100 naira. When they started using 100 naira, there was a resistance to moving from 15 naira to 100 naira. Then from, I think, 100 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira, they were all printed at once. All right, they all came out at once. So there was resistance towards those dimension of paper currency, right? Then when it was time to also print the 1,000 naira note in Nigeria, there was also resistance to that. So for any time we face or come to a point of transition, there is always a resistance, because man naturally hates change. Man just like comfort, no change. So that being said, now we are now moving from paper economy to cashless policy. Cashless. We are not the ones that mentioned cashless policy. It was government that mentioned cashless policy. But it is gradually becoming obvious that when government mentioned cashless policy, they didn't really know all to what they were going to be fixing. All right, they were not abreast of the fact that, oh, there is going to be an evolution of money that is going to be called digital currency. So maybe when they were looking at cashless policy, when they were looking at fintech, all they were much more involved was technology that can help keep money in the bank, and then people can move money with their devices through the internet, right? But that actually, the case today has evolved more than that. Okay, the case has evolved more than that. So for us, having to go through the trend that money has passed through is important lesson for us. Okay, to know that yes, things can actually change. Transition is just a part of life. Okay, and that is one of the most important things we must also note in money when it comes to the future of money. Okay, when it comes to the future of money. All right, so since they said cashless policy, paperless economy, obviously we are going to be faced with another kind of evolution, that which if introduced, is going to make a whole things a lot easier. And I tell you the truth also, with time, we are going to have another transition from digital currency, maybe to another currency that we don't know. But as far as human beings keep existing, there is going to be a whole lot of research, development, innovations, and all of that. And those things are going to make a whole lot of difference. Okay, they are going to make a whole lot of difference. So quickly tonight, let's go through what we have here. By introduction, as more and more people rely on electronic rather than tangible forms of money on a day-to-day basis, and the world's financial system appears to become more and more complex, many are left to ponder the future of money and currency. The future of paper money, of course, the future of paper money is paperless economy via technological innovations, which we are already facing, although not 100%, but at least there is no one today, or let me not say there is no one, but a good population of people today use mobile devices, internet banking, okay, mobile banking, internet banking, USSD code, and all of that. We use those things for our banking services. So paperless economy through technological innovations are gradually becoming a norm in the economic world today. And then very soon we'll find out that paper money will become scarce. Paper money will become scarce because you won't really want to carry it up and down. Personally, I don't like carrying money up and down. I prefer to use the paperless policies or paperless technologies to make my transactions, right? I preferably don't like carrying money all around. Okay, so, and I know some of us also don't like carrying money around. So the paper money will soon become scarce, and it's going to help government in managing monetary operations as to printing of mints and all of that. Now, what's the value of money in the future? The truth is that money on its own doesn't have value. Money doesn't have value. We are the ones that place value on money. Government place value on money through policies, through systems that have been created to do so. So the value that comes with money is actually the one that is being affixed to it. When we left cowries, there was no longer value left for cowries. When we left coins, there was no longer value left for coins. The day we leave paper, the same paper we are all battling with now, you find out that, oh, there will be no value left for the paper. I remember some times ago, I saw some money with my grandmother, and I asked, what is this for? He said, it's money, it's Biafra money. I said, so why are you not using it? He said, the money doesn't have value again. I said, why? Okay, I was still small then, or I was quite young then. So the paper doesn't have value again because the government that actually gave power to it is no longer existing. Okay, so with time, we'll find out that money will begin to assume its true value, not in paper form, not in commodity form, not in cowries form, but in digital forms, all right, which has actually come to be. Now, what's the future of currency? If we're already in the future where the value of money is simply the value assigned to it, what has stopped us from moving towards an entirely digital currency? The answer is in large part due to our national government. Yes. One of the reasons that cryptocurrencies have not been accepted in most countries is just the government. Most government are still not understood how cryptocurrency works. And coming to the point, it is too big for them to understand that this money, we will not be able to regulate it. We don't know where it's coming from. We won't be able to tax it. So it's too big for them to understand. They are still trying to unravel the mystery of digital currency. That's why most governments are still standing against it. Now, in Nigeria, 2017, CBN said cryptocurrency was illegal. In 2018, 2019, they set up a committee to legalize cryptocurrency. By 2019, the federal government had developed an adoption strategy for blockchain and blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. By 2020, they launched that, and they made a speculation that by 2030, they are going to be making that national GDP will be impacted by $10 billion that will be generated through blockchain and through blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Now, in 2017, it was to them like, we don't really understand this. In 2018, 2019, it became obvious to them that this thing is really part of the whole thing we need to be considering. And by 2020, they've already created a framework that they are going to use to buy into this future. And I think I will give Nigerian government kudos for that. All right. Okay. So most governments of the world still don't understand it. All right. They still don't understand it. So we are now in a world of digital money. An example of such is Bitcoin. All right. What's the whole thing about this digital money? One is that digital money is decentralized. Nobody owns it. Nobody controls it. Or you can create a platform where they are being exchanged. Sorry, my network went off a little. So sorry about it. So it is not owned by government. No government of the world can claim to have ownership or be the generator or originator of cryptocurrency, right? It is instantaneous peer-to-peer transaction. So you don't need to go to the bank. You don't need to register a bank account for you to be able to do it. You don't need to pay transaction fees to the bank. You don't need to pay stamp duty. It is just seamless and is stressless. There's no need for trusted third party like bank. No counterparty risk involved. It has cryptographic security. which makes it difficult for people to hack. Then it has low cost banking for everybody, everywhere. Inflation proof. Whether inflation goes up or goes down, it doesn't affect it. It is based solely on consensus that it has value. Okay, it is based solely on the consensus that it has value. Now, countries that use cryptocurrency, we have Japan, US, Germany, France, Malta, Canada, Belarus, Holland, Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand, India, Russia, and we still have other countries like UK and others that they've legalized cryptocurrency as a legal tender. And we have also Israel. Israel is not listed here, but Israel is part of them. Okay, Israel was the first to develop an ATM for cryptocurrency. In fact, I think they were the first to adopt cryptocurrency as a currency, a legal tender in their country, and they have ATMs for cryptocurrencies in their country, just like other countries now have to buy into them and then begin to work. Now, so far so good. This is just a little forecast of what these whole cryptocurrencies, these are the major cryptocurrencies that we know. At least we know of Bitcoin, we know Ethereum, we know Litecoin, we know Bitcoin Cash, and then we have Stellar. All right, now this year, cryptocurrency around July, August started off with 9,263. Now it has actually moved to 19,044, and it will still grow. Now by 2025, it is expected that one BTC will be 341,000, and by 2030 it will be 397,727, and by 2033 it will be 395,270. Okay, so Ethereum will be, okay, Ethereum started with actually 126, then it went to 205. Today, Ethereum is about 500 plus, right? If not up to 550 right now. Then we'll have the Litecoin and all of them following. So if you check what we have here, you find that though we might say we are starting late, because as of 2008, one Bitcoin was far less than 1 cent. 1 cent. In 2012, it was $15. $15. In 2017, it went to $20 and then came down and then went to where we are now, which is 19,000 plus dollars, right? And it's still growing. And this is the forecast that is being gotten based on mathematical calculations and all of the predictions that traders have. Okay, so it is obvious that anytime you invest in cryptocurrency, you don't really have anything to lose. Just that it may come to a point that you might not be able to invest. Let's assume you invested when cryptocurrency was one Bitcoin was $15, and you invested like maybe $15,000, right? Maybe by now you'll be very rich. You'll be swimming in billions, and that is true. All right, you'll be swimming because that 15,000 would have given you about 15,000 BTC, right? And the 15,000 BTC by now, you'll be so rich that you don't know what to do with money, and that is true. In fact, you will have become a major controller in the cryptocurrency industry. But nonetheless, there is no late time to invest, right? There is no late time to invest in cryptocurrency. Now, corporates or companies that accept Bitcoin today, you have Microsoft, Dell, Tesla, Subway, Time, Virgin, Galactic, Expedia, Bloomberg, Square, Sears, Intuit, WordPress, PayPal, Home Depot, Shopify, Whole Foods, and there are quite a number of them out there. So many of them. As of today, we have over 160 companies that use or accept cryptocurrencies, okay, as tenders. All right, so good, we see. Now, what is the big deal to it. Global payment could become instant, available to anyone with a smartphone and very cheap, regardless of transactions across border. Sorry, there's some typing errors there. So you could have global payments without having to bother. If you're in Canada, how much you have to pay Western Union to send money to Nigeria, how much you need to pay to Flutterwave to send money from Nigeria to Canada, and all of that. You don't need to bother your head about those things. Global payment becomes so easy because with cryptographic addresses, you could just send it to anybody anywhere in the world. Now, the new global payment network would not involve incumbent infrastructure from institutions like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or banks. Okay, because simply is a peer-to-peer instant transaction. Former depositors could hold large quantities of electronic money without having to expose themselves to counterparty risks or worry about physical storage. So for those of us that are putting our money in the bank, well, for me, I still have some of my money in the bank, but I'm gradually migrating my money, all my monies, from bank to digital world. And I shared my experience here where I deposited quite a good money in the bank. Yeah, they said it was fixed deposit. And I went and fixed the money. Thank God I fixed it anyway. But from my calculation, from the interest rate they gave me, I did my calculation. I was expecting to have at least 150,000 per month. But on getting there, they were paying me 5,000, I think 5,030 something naira with some few kobos. I was like, what's happening? And they had to bring calculator and calculate for me. They actually convinced me that I calculated it wrongly. So if bank says 5%, just divide it by 1,000. That's what they mean by 5%. Because they will tell you so many things. When they are giving you the term and condition for the deposit, they won't tell you all those ones. When you want to collect your deposit, your fixed deposit, that's when they will give you calculation that you yourself, you just get angry and collect your money and go. So it was that made me began to look for alternatives, and then I started learning about cryptocurrencies, and then started trying it out, and I found out that yes, this is actually a very reputable place to invest your money. At least no stamp duty. There is no day I wake up without stamp duty. Okay, you wake up and you see stamp duty like 10. Okay? And then you see bank charges, you see so many things. Transaction maintenance, account maintenance fees, and all of that. But in the future of money, we will not have those things. So people like NIPOST in Nigeria should better go and find ways to begin to incorporate digital currency in their platform so that they can still be taxing people, right? The Bitcoin network has not been down since its inception in 2009. A full-scale adoption of digital money could be very disruptive for banks as they will make large part of their living on facilitating transactions. The second and perhaps most disruptive change would be a disappearing demand of transaction account from household and corporation, which is obvious. So very soon people will not be talking about account numbers, account bank name, and all of that. They will practically be talking about Bitcoin address, Ethereum address, Litecoin address, and all of that. So more of what we are going to have is that the bank will have to adopt blockchain, because the bank, as it were, they are the ones that will have to facilitate the discussion with CBN to make cryptocurrency a reality. Because if they keep delaying, the people that are nobody today will become the owners of the crypto of the blockchain technology when it finally gets adopted or finally gets gain expression from government, as it were. Okay, just imagine that someone now has 1,000 BTC and one of those BTC is $400,000. Now multiply $1,000 by whatever currency will be, whatever conversion will be having, then the person will be running in trillions of naira. Then the question is, how many banks will have it that day? So that will take us to the next phase of what will be the future of banks. Now, in the future of banks, banks will be giving higher funding cost, or higher funding cost will likely depress profitability of the banking sector. Okay, there'll be higher funding costs. Lower bank sector profitability could affect credit ratings, which would put upward pressure on wholesale funding cost as well. Higher bank funding cost means increased cost of credit for bank borrowers. So those that will still borrow from the bank will have increased rates. But higher borrowing costs could impact asset prices like residential and commercial real estate, equities, bonds, commodities, infrastructure, and so on. Banks' ability to create money will be materially impacted, and as such, central banks' ability to conduct monetary policy through the banking system will be too. So the central bank will have little or no regulatory oversight on the future of money if they don't get to be part of the move now, because all of these countries that we are listed earlier, they now have in their country central banks for cryptocurrency. They have central banks for cryptocurrency. So what it simply means that they now have banks that are just cryptofied. Okay, they just deal with cryptocurrency, and the traditional banks are gradually building technologies to synchronize with the trend of events. Okay, so for us in Nigeria, the earlier we adopt blockchain and government begin to build central banks for cryptocurrencies, and they, or maybe have central bank for cryptocurrency and central bank for paper currency, everybody will know where they belong to. But the challenge is that government want what they will tax. Government want what they will control. Government want what they will own. Government don't want an individual to be richer than them, because that's where the whole thing is going. And where individuals get to be richer than government, power will change from the government back to the people. That is just part of the challenges that government is having from adopting cryptocurrency. Now, in the end, we will probably end up with a safer banking system with less maturity transformation and higher quality liquidity results. The transition could be somewhat uncomfortable though for banks, shareholders, holders of imparted assets, and highly indebted borrowers that are dependent on perseverance of low cost of credit. Now, there are things we would like you to be aware of as we round up. There are things we would like you to be aware of as we round up. One of the things you need to be aware of is that although cryptocurrency, yes, gives us that privilege to earn more money, okay, the interest and appreciation on it is very high, yes, but it is important to also note that it is not a get rich quick scheme. Like anybody coming to tell you invest 1,000 or perhaps invest 10,000 naira, then in 24 hours you get 30,000 naira. Please just know that that is a pure scam. Okay, just beware. And anybody coming to tell you, okay, dollar is 483, 485 in the market, and the person now comes to you and tell you, okay, I will give you dollar for 300. Please beware. Okay, you tell you if I sell you 300, then you go and sell 485. Please beware so that you don't fall victim. Try as much as you can to avoid scamming networking platforms. Okay, there are so many scamming networking platforms. They will come up and tell you, bring two people. When you bring two, is a how do they put it now? Is a two leg matrix or 2x2 matrix. You bring two people, you earn so percentage. You bring the two people, bring another two people. You'll be earning commission and earning referral. And then you begin to ask your question: how many of these networking platforms had actually worked? That's the question. I have a personal bias on networking system. So in case you deal with networking, please forgive me, but I have a bias. I've done a research on all of this networking stuff. I'm yet to find a networking system that stays for at least one full business maturation cycle of 15 years. I'm yet to see one. Okay. Even those that have actually stayed for a while, they have to change name or rebrand so that people will not see them as they used to see them. You see a company that in less than 5 years, they have rebranded twice in the name of I don't know, but the whole thing is they just don't want to be perceived the way they used to be. And that's to tell you that the networking business, please note, networking business is not a scam, but we could have a networking business that is a scam. See that one that is a scam, that's the one I'm talking about. Okay, that's the one I'm talking about. Please beware, beware. Mm. Then join trusted communities to learn about cryptocurrency. We have created a community of, or we are creating a community of professional investors, and we have asked a number of people to join us. So if you're interested, just join us there. Learn before you go and put your money where it will be lost. My uncle used to tell me something. He said, how much do you want to spend? He said, 5 million. He said, before you spend the 5 million, is it not better you use 100,000 to find out whether the 5 million is worth it? Those days he used to tell me that, and I thought, why is this man delaying me? But when I started, I lost some money first. I had to come back to him, and anything I tell him now, he will tell me, okay, do it this way. I will have to, maybe a project of 10 million, he will tell you, why not use that 5,000 that the person is asking you to give him to go and do search? Why not give him the 5,000? Or why not give the 100,000? Losing 100,000 is better off than losing 10 million. So think about it. So instead of going to invest without knowledge, is it not better you join the crypto trading center and then learn from there? Learn from those who are doing it. Learn from those who are learning with you, and then build partnership, build trust. From there, you could then begin to know what to do. Okay, and when you join trusted communities too, they also bring you to, or as we are, we try to provide you avenues through which you can actually earn cryptocurrencies without really having to spend your money. So you could use other people's money to start and then find out whether it's real or not. And then you could decide what to do with it. And then get a mentor or a coach. Please, this is very, very important. And in this case, it doesn't matter whether the person is older than you, younger than you, your age, it doesn't matter. If the person knows it more than you, please get a mentor or a coach. Now, if you are joining the Crypto Trading Center or the premium membership for this program we are doing, you get to have both coaching and mentorship for free. Okay. Then be open to learning. I don't know. So many people join, you just see WhatsApp group, you just join. So many people just have that attitude. You just see, you don't even read what the platform is for, you just join. The next thing people come and be asking, how did I come here? No, you use train to come. It was sheep that brought you. Since you didn't know how you came, okay? I actually have issue with people joining any WhatsApp group or Telegram, and that's how people get scammed, because we don't really take the time to look at what is happening. Okay, and even those that finally joined the WhatsApp group, they came there to learn about a particular thing, but you will post and post and post and post. They will not respond. Okay, and the next thing you start seeing is that people start leaving, and the question is, what brought you in the first place? Okay. So for those of us that will be joining the premium community, in fact, the reason why we made it premium is that you will be serious with it. Okay, you'll be serious with it. That's why we made it premium. Okay. Then be willing to try. Yes, be willing to try. You would have been learning so much about cryptocurrency. Don't hold and say, this thing is very risky, or I cannot try this thing. No, be willing to try. If it is 1,000 naira you wish to try with, and then find out, is this real or not? Then you could also go ahead. Now, I will share one or two experiences, and then we'll be rounding up. The first experience is that when we were advertising this program, we posted it on the platform, and somebody in that platform said scam. And I tried chatting the person up, and the person said it's a distraction. I said, okay, how is it a distraction? And the person was like, it's not the main thing we do here. I said, okay, no problem. After a while, the person now called me, and I said, why he actually said it was a scam was because there is no way you will start this cryptocurrency without them telling you, bring one person, bring two person. I say, please, it's a lie. You. When you want to go and deposit your money in a bank, does the bank tell you, bring one person, bring two person? No, it's not true. And the person said, hey, there is no way you can start it without having big money. I said, this is another lie. It's not true. When you go to deposit your 1,000 naira in a bank, does the bank tell you this one is too small to collect it? No. But let's assume you leave it there for 30 days. The profit or the interest you will receive is not the same as the person that deposited his 1 million there. So anybody that tells you you have to buy one package, buy another package, and then you upgrade to another package before you now, no, it's not true. It's a very big lie. And the person now said something else. He said cryptocurrency is a scam. They use it to do so many illegal things. I said before the advent of cryptocurrency, there had been illegal things happening. There had been illegal things. Yahoo didn't start with cryptocurrency, right? Corruption in the public sector didn't start with cryptocurrency, right? Government looting money, it didn't start with cryptocurrency. So, and people said why it is used for nefarious activities, that if you make transaction on it, nobody will trace it. Is this another lie? If I make transaction on cryptocurrency, it is actually available on blockchain technology. Anybody, anywhere can view it. Anybody, anywhere on blockchain technology can view it. So it's even easier to track payment on cryptocurrency than the ones they use in the traditional system. Okay, so whichever way, you're willing to try. Cryptocurrency is not a scam. Cryptocurrency is not what do you call it now? Cryptocurrency is not a scam. Cryptocurrency is not created for illegal purposes. So let's have the right understanding. And one thing we've done this night is to show us that money has changed over years, and nothing will stop it from keeping to change. It will keep changing. So the earlier we understand that, the better. All right. Now, while I say thank you for giving me your attention, please, I would like us to, for those of us that really want to go into this BTC or go into the whole crypto thing, and you want to learn and you just want to be part of those that will take hold of the future, and then start shifting your money from where it's not yielding value to where it's yielding value. Now, the greatest challenge of crypto trading or Bitcoin trading is to find trusted buyers and sellers. People get scammed if they trust and trade with the wrong people. Right now, believe it or yes, someone is being scammed of his or her hard-earned money in the bid to buy cryptocurrency. There are so many schemes, websites, Telegram groups, and WhatsApp group, among other social media groups, defrauding people per second. I am telling you the ones that have happened to me. Okay. I'm telling you the ones that have happened to me. Even apps. So be careful which one you join. It's better you just join a community you know that, oh, this one is trusted. I can join this one. Okay. The joy of crypto trading is to be within a community of trusted persons. And this platform is being raised by the Integrated Institute of Professional Management, right? So these are people we know. These are people that we've trained. These are people we could trust. And we've also created policies that will help these people trust us as we trust them and make the whole transaction easy. Okay, in fact, you even thinking of defrauding in IPM, you know the implication on your professional career. Just by that, the person involved will be loyal. Okay. So we are actually working on ensuring that all members of IPM get to understand this whole future and then get to be part of it. Okay, get to be part of it. We are creating a community of passionate and trusted crypto traders and investors for sustainable benefits. Now, what proposition are we giving? We are building a 100% scam-free transaction center with via policies provided in the environment. So you are going to enjoy 100% scam-free, at least by being a member of IPM or by being trained by IPM. You know IPM, some of you know our offices, not just in Abuja, not just in Lagos, you know our offices all around Nigeria. So if anything happens to your money, you know where to come. Eh, at least we are a legal entity. We can sue and be sued, right? So that should also give you some kind of coverage. The Crypto Trading Center will be managed by BNTC International, which is a division of the Integrated Institute of Professional Management. Both BNTC International and Integrated Institute of Professional Management are registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. Now, how will transactions be done? How will we actually get this trust? Okay, so IPM and BNTC will be serving as intermediaries. Buyer and seller in the community, they are the ones that will decide what they are buying and what they are selling. IPM, BNTC will not decide that for you. So let's assume somebody say, I want to buy $1,000 BTC. Another person say, I want to sell. We are not interested in how much you're selling or how much you're buying. All we are interested in is that by the time that transaction is over, it is fair and it is transparent. Nobody gets to lose, nobody gets to be defrauded. That's the only reason why IPM is sitting in between there. So IPM serves as an escrow. All right. So if a buyer, you're going to send money to IPM or BNTC, and then this seller sends you your BTC to you, or sends as soon as IPM or BNTC verify your payment as a buyer, the seller sends your BTC to you. As the buyer verifies the BTC, IPM sends the money to the seller, and that's how the whole system works in all of the whole exchange platforms. All right, but just that this one is manual. All right. Now all transactions are completed within 30 minutes to 1 hour. Money is reimbursed in a case of failed transaction. So traders trade with confidence. So in this case, let's assume buyer sends money to BNTC and seller did not send the equivalent coin to the buyer. BNTC or IPM reimburses the buyer. So you have nothing to lose. Okay. Negotiations is done between buyer and seller. We are not part of the negotiation. All we are interested in is let the transaction be free and fair. All right, that's it. Now, to join the premium membership, currently we have discounted the offer. It was initially 10,000 and it will still go back to 10,000. Okay, so discounted live subscription. So it's just a one-off subscription. You're not going to pay any other thing again. By default, it's meant to be 5,000 per annum and 10,000 if you want to do live subscription. But now we are bringing it down to 2,005 just to encourage you to learn and then get all the whole strategies that we'll be exploring, and then you use them to also make good gains from your own side. Now, by subscribing or by the subscription, you will be added to the premium group with the VIP treatment. At the premium membership, you are guaranteed 100% risk-free investment and trading. So you don't need to bother about anything. Through our professional advisory, risk of losing is avoided. You trade with confidence. You get reimbursed for any failed transaction or uncompleted transaction. So you have free consulting and advice, 100% short sales and buyout. So if you want to buy, you have access to buying instantly. You want to sell, you have access to selling instantly. Then you have free trainings and updates, supply of indicators for sales and purchase, then very low risk guaranteed. Now, if you want to be part of this premium membership, all you need to do is make the payment of 2,005 to this account written here, and then please ensure to use registration as your make sure you use registration as your description. All right, thank you so much, and this is where